I'm here today with Noel Janis Norton, author of Calmer, Easier, Happier Screen Time. What can parents do to help their children to either deal with cyberbullying or prevent it altogether?
Well, most cyberbullying does happen at home. So parents can make sure, if this seems like it's going to be an issue, make sure to use all of the practical and physical and technological and mechanical means at their disposal to block certain websites and block certain apps so that the cyberbullying isn't following the child home. In the past, we've always had bullying, ever since forever, but home was a haven. Even if it was
you could get away from what was going on at school.
Yes, and even if it was happening on the way home from school, once you got home, you were fine. You were safe.
Yes.
You could relax, and that's not the case anymore. So we can not completely ensure, but we can minimize the amount of the cyberbullying that actually gets into our house. Also, a lot of cyberbullying gets so bad because the child or the teenager isn't telling anybody that it's happening. And partly they're not telling because they start to believe that it's true.
Are they ashamed?
Yes, exactly. You would be ashamed because you want to be liked, you want to be respected, you want to be admired, you want to be approved of.
It's humiliating.
By your peers, and they're being so awful, it's easy for any young person to start to believe that it's true. So one of the things that we need to do long before cyberbullying becomes a problem is we need to help our children feel strong about themselves. And that isn't, unfortunately, a matter of telling them how wonderful they are. If that worked, then there would be no self-esteem issues, because parents are very good at telling their children how wonderful they are. The problem is that kids don't believe it. They don't believe they're wonderful because really it's only their parents who are telling them that. The rest of the world isn't telling them they're so wonderful.
So what should a parent do?
One of the ways to help children feel confident and have good strong self-esteem is to help them become self-reliant. And self-reliance is about being keen to do things for yourself and knowing that you can cope with your life, knowing that you can navigate your way through the typical experiences that you're likely to have. And unfortunately, we live in a society that seems to believe that the way parents can show love is by doing things for children that the children actually can do for themselves. And it comes from a loving place in the parents, but it's actually counterproductive because it gives children and teenagers the impression either that the parent doesn't think they can cope or even learn to cope, or the parent knows they can, but they shouldn't have to. So either way, that's not a good message to send to our young people.
You're basically disabling them.
Yes, not intentionally, but that's the result.
Yes.
So what I recommend to parents in every one of my books and at our center and in our courses and every consultation is don't do for your children anything that they're capable of doing for themselves. And that way they learn self-reliance, they learn resilience, they learn confidence, they learn practical skills that will be useful in life.
And I suppose if you do something for them, it's more of a treat than an expectation.
And what I recommend is rather than doing something for them, you could do something with them.
Yes. Back to what we were saying
Yes.
before.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been speaking with Noel Janis Norton about how to get screen time under control. Please take a look at my website where you will also find an article that complements this video that Noel has written. You will also find on my website a previous video that Noel and I created, which is about calmer, easier, happier homework, and there's an article adjoining that as well. Noel, thank you.
It was lovely.